Hey, Stoney here with another live cast of Mechabellum. Alright, Marksman spec with tanks is really good. I've also recently really enjoyed playing cost control, but I don't know if I want to play steel balls and fans. This is a kind of a hard starter to play with. Maybe you can get hounds to help out with the chaff clear. Let's start with the marksman. Let's see where we go from there. Okay, so we're also getting into tanks and hounds. With this kind of play, one way you can do it is just to add marksman of your own. As long as your chaff clear is pretty decent, you should be alright. Your tanks actually provide quite good of a chaff clear when you put them vertically. So that way, each one of your tanks will fire at an individual target. We're going to go ASIM. If we guessed it wrong, then my opponent would just be on here, but he's got a slow unit, so I'm not too worried. I'm going to take Fangs, because we might need them later on. I think we're good to go. Okay, so it's just going to be a straight defense. Now, you may notice I put the crawler here in the middle. The reason I put it in the middle is because of this, right? So on the left-hand side, you see how these units are being pulled over here. That's actually very good for me. Okay, so when it comes down to these pack of sledges to do the chaff clear, I think they'd be okay, at least into a single squad of crawlers. And once they're done, the marksman should be able to get some damage done. This marksman is going to fall, and that's okay. Not before taking down a few more hounds with them. And it seems like my opponent might just have enough tanks to win this. Yep, a full squad. Okay, get my additional marksman here. Assault Scorpion, that's pretty good. On the ground is also a threat, so let's see what we want to deal with. There's a very good chance that my opponent just straight up goes for Assault Scorp, in which case we have to defend. I'm going to put this on the ground here. We're going to put a tank right here. We're going to see if he goes with Assault Scorp. If he does go with Assault Scorp, then we may have to try something a little different. We are going to put a crawler here. So you need 2 squads of crawlers to defend against underground. And we got 50 left over. We can either save the 50, or we can use as a tempo round to get rid of a single squad of Sledgy. So let's get rid of Sledgy and see if he goes for Scorps. No Scorps, so it's just on the ground. The positioning is decent. And this is all RNG, so you don't really know who's going to win here. But the idea is that if I can get that tank... Oh, here's the Wasps. He might actually go Wasp here. If I were him, that's what I would go. Wasp down here, I think it works. We're going to have to see. Did distract a single marksman. That's actually not what I want. I actually want the marksman not to be distracted. Because now that the marksmen are distracted, that the Wasp is actually going to get tower. So that's not a good thing. And since I only have 2 more marksmen, there's a very good chance that these, what is it, 7 Wasp might be able to take it under tower debuff. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I have 2 full squads of sledgehammers. So even if this Wasp do enough damage to kill both squads, yeah, which they're not. So this is fine. But now that I know there's Wasp at play, we have to be a bit more careful. When he unlocks Wasp, he does cost him 50 supplies. Let's go with Intensive. Because Mustang, they are quite nice if you're able to get them to do intensive. And we do have the money for another squad of Mustang here as well. So we can do this. Don't want to put the Mustang too forward because he does run Hound and tanks. I want the tanks to be like fully engaged before unleashing the Mustangs. And if he's smart, he will put a Scorpion here. Because right now, he does not have enough firepower to deal with 3 squads of tanks. Oh, here's the Scorpion. Yeah. And he probably want to put it here. Yeah, that's right. And he probably also want to take range on the Scorpions. Okay, Wasps are level 2. That's actually pretty ballsy. Keeping your Wasp there level 2. He doesn't run jump drive, so he can't really move them. He can only sell them. And the Scorpion will be a good play. But now I have secondary chaff clear in the form of these Mustangs, so I'm not too worried. Not yet, anyways. All right, let's see what he does. He's actually keeping the Scorpions behind the tanks. That's interesting. Okay. All right, second Scorpion. So this could get quite tricky because my chap at the front is not great. When you got Scorpions like this, I could also go Scorpion. The board is actually pretty good for me as well to go Scorpion. Okay, so he did get rid of the Wasps, which I think was the right choice. Yeah, so now with the Scorpion, he's going to completely nullify the power of this Marksman. And that's my cue to also start thinking about going to Scorpions. All right, good tower timing. Yes, that's a beautiful tower timing, which means I am able to take that Scorpion now. And we stop the Scorpion from turning, which is good. Okay, Marksman doing Marksman things. Very nice. Okay, so we got a few options. Option 1. Oh, we got steel balls. Don't know if I want steel balls. I might go Scorpions of my own. Like these are okay. I think we can do a Fire Badger with distraction on both ends, right? Just distract. We can take range on the Mustangs. And since there are Scorpions at the front, we're going to put Fangs here to provide a little bit of protection. I'm going to keep leveling up. Our chaff clear is going to start to suffer a little bit, which is why we're going to add another sledgy here. So the goal here is we're going to want to swap into sledge boat. Okay, we're going to level these guys because this one is directly in the line of fire of the Scorpion. And then I think that's okay. He wouldn't put a Fire Badger here. He might put a Fire Badger here. Okay. Level up the tanks. Steel balls. Interesting. Okay. I don't mind steel balls. Because if I'm going to go boats, then this is a pretty decent. Alright, did take range on the Scorpions. Okay, steel balls. The range, yeah, that's actually pretty good. How's my chaff clear? Chaff clear is not bad. The Mustangs, they're actually holding on. But this time, though, with the additional reinforcement, that's going to be a bit of a problem. So next turn, we're going to start transitioning into boats. The Orange Man is pretty useless at this point. And that's a big hit, right? The Scorpion was a good pivot. Smoke Bomb, kind of a skill check at this point. Get you going. I'm gonna sell the Marksman. I'm gonna get into boats. And the boat's gonna go straight in the middle. We're also gonna do another crawler here. I'm going to level up the Mustangs, because they're always really good. And that's it. Alright, 4 Scorpions. Lots of hounds, so that could be a problem. But no AA, right? The only AA he's got are these level 1 fans, which means at this round, the boat is going to do fairly decent. Definitely need more damage on this boat, though. Okay, gets the Scorpion. The Mustangs are doing work. Not like that. Alright. Wins the ground fight. As expected. I mean, 4 Scorpions into kind of naked tanks is no joke. I think the boat should be able to clear everybody here. Whenever you're playing sledge boat, I think you just gotta be very wary of your chaff clear. Because that's like the #1 thing that, you know, where things can go wrong. So having a Wraith here is definitely a good call. Just kind of pair it up with your boat. And then you just keep adding boats. That's essentially how this works, right? You just keep adding boats. The more boats you have, the stronger your game becomes. We're gonna do underground back here. This Wraith is gonna clear pretty much everything in the center. We're gonna need to start adding some fangs. Don't have the money to take a tech yet, but next turn for sure. And let me see, Marksman to 5,000. We'll get rid of you. That's gonna get me. Let's do. Can I take a tech? I can't take a tech. Just kind of crappy. Is it worth it to level this guy up? I mean, he's probably just gonna get shot at. So we're just gonna take a +1 here. It's Momaro. I got level 3 Wraith here. And a big melting point. Melting point is the right play. Level 2 Mustangs having a bit of trouble, but they're kind of surfing, right? They're surfing away. So in a sense, that is actually not doing too bad. But the problem, though, is that the melting point... I wonder... Oh, no, it gets the Wraith. The Wraith is not the worst. Because if it gets the Wraith, that means the boat gets to target the melting point. And it does. Okay. So now we got 3 boats on the board. Next turn is going to be range and launcher overload. He does have a Wraith at the corner, which we will have to answer. What if I overload? It's an interesting card. Definitely interesting. You lose some attack, but in exchange, your boats become super tanky. I think I do want that. And here's the double tech. I think these fire badgers, they're really not doing too much. So I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to get another one of you here. And I think I really just want to level up these Mustangs. Because I think they're doing a lot of work. So, okay, triple melting point. I like it. So whenever you see melting point, the answer is always wasps. Here's the oil. Oil on that side, okay. So at some point, I'm going to sell out of the Wraith and just go a lot of wasps. Did he sell the Wraith? No, he kept the Wraith. Okay. I don't mind it. It's a level 3 Wraith, which means, you know, it's doing good work. Oh, my big Wraith is already locked on, so that's not a good thing. And triple melting point, yeah. Next turn, we're going to need to have some sort of air situation. Can't really go steel balls in this case, because the melting point is just too strong. Cap clear remains to be a problem. But one thing to note, though, is that most of his units are... Yeah. Is this game? No, not game yet. Close, though. Alright. And here's the Vulcan drop. That's actually really bad. So we will need to get oil. Possibly put oil like right here. Here's the Vulcan drop, which means we just need more of you. We can put the Vulcan here. I mean, there's really no viable defense against this oil. So we'll see. Which one of you boats did the most damage? You did the most damage. Good. I'm going to take range. And since we already know the oil is happening here, we're just going to get rid of you. And we're going to stack our boats all the way on the other side. Okay, so we got big Vulcans. Still no AA of any kind, so if I win this round because of the Wasp, then I essentially win the game. So let's see. Let's see how well the Wasp do against these melting points. A proper counter would be for the melting point to actually hit... Come on, Vulcan. You need to walk. Walk faster. There it is. There's the walk. Alright, melter is being locked on, but there's like so much oil, right? So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boats. I mean, sure, he can certainly try to lock onto me, but like that's the power of the boat game. Like you don't win in the long run, but you win in a single round because you got 5 freaking boats and your opponent has got 1400 HP. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's a good game. So if you're looking to play into like a sledge boat, you have to understand that once you start winning into this melter into boat, the next most obvious thing is Wasps. So have Mustangs ranged early is going to save your skin. Like if you were to play this round just having 2 Mustangs, and he wins this game easy. But instead, he decided to go more chaff clear. I don't understand the more chaff clear. He really doesn't need chaff clear on the ground, and I don't have much. Like my tanks were fully countered by the Scorpions, and whatever's left is fully countered by his tanks and or his hounds. So he doesn't need chaff clear. He just need air chaff clear. But yeah, like sometimes when you do sledge bow, you can win like this. Just a single round, 5 boats left over. Whenever you feel like the beauty of boats is that whenever you feel like you're down, just put them all in a clump, put them on a mobile beacon, and just kind of do a drive-by. Boats are one of the best units to do drive-bys because they can still shoot and they can still move. So they don't need to like scoop and shoot. And that becomes so powerful, especially with like 5 boats, that nothing can really stop you from taking that tower. And once you get a tower, and if you're still moving, it's very likely you're going to get to the other tower, which is why when you watch players like Woot, they love to run jump drive, which is something I'm just been debating about. Maybe I should get back onto this jump drive Woot boat, right? So with jump drive, you don't have range. You have a ground cannon or chin gun, and then you don't really do photon, so it's just launcher, chin gun, mothership, and then jump drive. And jump drive gives you, I believe, a 5 meters per second speed boost too, so it's just running even faster. It's ridiculous. But it's overwhelming firepower, right? That's how you play the Woot boat. This is more of a standard play, so if you're of a lower MMR, 1500 or below, this could be very powerful. Because once you get to this point, it's very hard to stop. If your opponent wants to stop them, he needs to have level 2 Mustangs about 2 turns ago, because that's going to kill the boats, but also going to prevent any sort of a Wasp summon. If he just goes straight to Melting Point, then this is what happens. But nevertheless, this was a close game. My opponent just didn't realize the Mustang or the Wasp threat. All right, I hope you enjoyed this game, and if you want to see another one, here's one for you, and I will see you on the next one.
Prepare your tactics, Mechabellum's calling. Deploy your fortress, the battlefield's alive with swarms.